erstmal, das ist, wo ich die Installation einfach OpenSUSE alles klein geschrieben habe, damit ich installiert habe. Ansonsten dieser lange Name kann problematisch sein. Und dann damit habe ich diese Yumi benutzt, um das darauf zu installieren. So, das ist eine bootable OpenSUSE, die neueste Version, das wir darauf geladen haben. Und ich habe es eingesteckt. Aber nochmal, diese lange Name habe ich einfach in OpenSUSE alles klein geschrieben. Jetzt schalte ich ein, F12. Oh, I should talk German, so it's understandable for other people. So I installed OpenSUSE, all small cases on this with Yumi, and the real name is very long, and that caused some problem. And later, if you have to put it in, you can make a mistake by a long name. So OpenSUSE is the name. I installed it on that with Yumi, and then I just booting it F12 to go to the boot menu, and then installation, and it goes through the routine. One of the first things we need to do now is give the machine actually a name, configure the network, but as well, because we are going to run virtual machine on this computer, we want to be a bridge, meaning that this is going to be a bridge to all the virtual machine inside of it. Those virtual machines then will be directly on the main network and not going to be on a sub network of this machine. And those machines then are discoverable in our usual network. For Google, it doesn't really matter, because if the virtual machine, even on a subnet, they have access to internet, they will still work. But on our local computers, on a local network, is better if they are directly on a local network. And the way to do that is turning the network card of this computer to a bridge mode. So this is almost done here. And now basic stuff are loaded, and now I'm just going to go to next here. So manual, anything from here. Yep. So we go, okay. First of all, we want to give it a host name. So why don't you put the host name, and I just recorded server ISP LX for Linux 02, because the 01 is the other one that we just put in. Name server, we can use either our machine, or we can use as well 1111 and 8888. But this is this is more or less a regular setting. Then we want to have the routing at a gateway. Make this machine to a gateway, correct?
No, that's the gateway.
That is the gateway
to
get to the network from this machine, which is that is the Dream machine in ProPlaza.
Yes.
And now we go to overview. We need to add a interface, and that interface is going to be the bridge for this. And then now we have to configure this bridge. This is now the configuration for the bridge, right?
Yes.
So the IP address of this computer will be given from those IP addresses that are the Dream machine is not using for DHCP. And the subnet 21 is just to adjust it to the subnet of the Dream machine, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and we are going to use the network drive, but not the VLAN, but maybe later on we can as well activate that, but for now, the network card, which is much faster, going to be used for that. So now it's going to continue the configuration and get to now access the network now, and certainly we need that to go to the next step. So at this point, probably it's going to yeah, it's asking what we are going to use it. We are going to use this computer as a server. And
Okay, that's partition.
so expert partition. So this is now how to use which hard drive to use for the operating system. There is a M.2 here. We are going to use the M.2 for this. And that
I don't see M.2 here.
you don't see it?
I think that's all SSDs.
There's
That's the USB.
so this is the M.2, whatever it is. This is 120 gigabytes.
SSD.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah. You know, the M.2 accept two different kind of cards, M.2 and SSD. But the SSD, that's good. That's the SDE. This is what I was as well saying, that, you know, if you use the SSD on the M.2 slot, one of the SSD SATA interfaces are not going to be accepted anymore. So
Okay, I
you
used
choose that
now, add partition.
primary partition. Okay.
So then we say,
Entire thing, yeah.
I don't know.
Why not use the entire thing?
No, for swap.
Oh, for swap. You're just this is practically using it as extra cache for
Yes,
the
yes.
RAM.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know. 8.
that's fine. I mean, we can change it. I'm sure we can change it later.
Yeah, that's a little bit complicated, but yeah. Okay. Okay, we make custom size, and then we say swap here, next row, and then there's nothing more to do. Next, and then we have to swap.
So you create a certain amount of swap. First, you choose the hard drive that you want to use for the operating system, and you create the swap.
Yes, and the
And
rest.
you just added the swap, and then the rest you make it a primary partition.
Maximum size for the
Yeah.
rest. Yeah.
Okay.
And I say operating system.
Okay, you create the operating system.
Then because operating system, then it's the ButterFS.
That is the operating partition format for Linux.
Yeah. And
Okay.
mount point is root. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's a standard because ButterFS makes snapshots, and on some Verzeichnisse, folders. Yeah, it's not good if there were always things in that.
Now,
Just
since
subfolders.
we are here,
Yeah.
this is this the same interface that later on I can add the other
Yes,
hard drive and so on?
it seems
Can we
really-
add one of the bigger hard drives to the system right now? Like, you
Yes,
know,
yes, we can
yeah,
do.
let's do
yes.
it then.
Okay.
This I have two 500 gigabyte and two 1 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
Can we add them right now, all
Sure.
of them to the system
Okay.
right now?
Here is
You can
we
delete
delete.
whatever. Yeah. So we can let's delete whatever is on that. So we can just freely use all of that.
partitions, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we say add partition again and maximum size.
Yeah.
Or,
Data
Data,
and
yeah.
application. Okay.
So and then we can thinking about the mount point.
Should we?
Can make a special mount point, and we can.
Is there a
later
problem with
use,
the home? Which can we just put it?
Yeah,
in
home not.
Just why don't you
data
change it to-
data 1 or we
Just,
use
yeah.
no.
Yeah, we can use it,
Or
or
zero.
hard drive 1. Or can we just make it
Yeah. Oh.
HD1? HD01, okay.
Yeah.
There are only 4 of them, but yeah, the HD1
Yeah.
is good. So I'm not
But
sure.
it's possible when you change the hard drives that
that changes.
That changed. The
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and then let's add the other ones.
But
all-
we can change it later also.
Sure,
it's no
sure.
problem. Yeah.
Let's add them all right now, so
Okay.
then we don't have to do that later. Again, delete,
Okay.
delete, delete. Delete.
But, it's not possible. At maximum
Data, and then we make it hardware 2. Then that is the 1 terabyte. Yep, that's the 1 terabyte. Maximum again, we make it hardware 3. So then as soon as we boot, all of them are initially available to us right away.
Oh, at the moment I forgot something.
Right.
The UEFI, we should take this, but I will make it first this. Had it 3 also? Oh,
That
4.
was the 4.
For the
That was
four.
4. Yeah. That is our.
So okay,
That's our.
we change this again. And we
What
make
is that?
a
This is the
partition. I
hard
forgot.
drive
I
for the-
forgot one partition. We need 100 MB
For,
only for
yeah, for
UEFI
the
boot
bootable. Yeah, for
partition,
the
yeah.
bootable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Then
and that is only on the hard drive that we are booting from.
get out the master.
Okay, so in
So-
the hard drive we are going to boot has 8 GB for swap, 100 MB for booting system, and then the rest is for the data. Everything is mounted, and all the other data will be mounted in a slash hard
Subvolume,
drive
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, makes
Okay.
sense. So, then
That's
next. So yeah, I mean the
That's not
time
wrong,
zone
yeah.
and so on. That is given. Michigan, Detroit is fine.
Central, Chicago
Central,
is okay.
Central
yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next. So username. I'll let use the what username we used before. ISP, right?
Also we can also use. I have only make a root user. So I have no user create. I skip user and make only for the root password.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I see. I see.
yeah.
You can use the same password.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay. Wow. Boot is okay. Is okay. Software.
So this is practically the setting for what it should be installed. What is that?
It was a problem. I said you should not install the firewall. It's not so important at the
On
moment.
this
So, yeah, yeah,
computer,
yeah.
because we have an external firewall
Yeah.
that goes all our data goes through.
Okay,
Got it.
then I go here to view patterns and
Patterns.
then we can choose.
Is it about how it's going to behave after boot up?
Yeah.
What is that pattern?
It's an easy way to activate KVM host server
I see.
packages.
So what
we
you want to
need.
install and what for that thing? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And also here the tools, we take all of them.
So
KVM.
KVM is the program that you create virtual machine on
Yes,
this computer,
genau.
and we made it a bridge. Those machines will be on a regular network with the IP address that is given by our main router.
Yeah.
Okay.
So also we can take all the YAST
what are
services.
what are YAST?
It's system Systemeinstellung, like in
You can't say it in German, and I can't
also
tell
das
it.
ist die Systemsteuerung quasi, ja. System Control in
Yes,
English.
the
Genau,
control
ja,
panel, so
Yeah,
to say,
yeah.
control panel.
ja. Und,
So if there are other,
und we use one of the graphical environment.
Yeah.
I normally name.
yeah, is there any
use no,
better than the other? Is that
It's
means
the same.
so? These are all graphical environment,
Yes, yes.
meaning that it has a graphic system that uses.
This one is you should be activated because you can use it when you have SSH access to the Linux server.
I see.
You can take the Windows up on your Windows.
Yeah, the Windows remote access.
Yes,
the remote.
yes.
Okay, you can use
And
the
what
remote
we should, that makes sometimes problems. So we
app
make it-
armor.
yeah.
It's something like a firewall. Okay.
Okay, I think that's
What
enough.
was that? It was something like file server. If you go down or up, I don't know
So
where it
you
was.
can install in file server.
Yeah. So yeah, please let's install the file server and printer server. that later on I can as well use it if I need to.
No. But you can, on every time, you can go to the Just and install it later. It's no
okay,
problem. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Every
okay.
time. But it's really good is to install the
The
graphical
interface,
but that's
yeah.
sometimes a little bit complicated later
Yeah,
and
yeah.
to cover them because we want
What are these
we want a
office
cover server.
softwares
Yeah.
and multimedia?
That's LibreOffice, yeah. You can install, yeah.
Just there's some basic things that we can
Yeah.
use it for basic stuff as well, multimedia.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
we have enough space and so on. So let's just graphics. What are they? So these are practically
GIMP,
different
yeah.
program you can install to make your life easier later
Should
on.
install also?
Yeah. I mean, then I can just play around. Then I know what it is. Desktop function. Okay, this is good. File server, printer server. I can use it as a printer server.
Yeah, but I also think it's good. It's Midnight Commander.
Okay, what is that? Is that's like
It's
a
for the
terminal?
console, like Norton Commander. You know it from Norton Commander.
No,
You
I
know
know
it?
Norton
It's
Commander,
it's like the Norton Commander on Linux.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like an extended kind of terminal,
Yeah.
correct?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So you had multiple YAST utilities that are all activated.
Yeah.
This is to change the setup later on.
It makes easier when
Yeah.
we want to change the setup later. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's enough.
Okay. Let me just go. Okay, that seems
Yeah.
like a good setup. Automatically it comes with a web browser, right?
Yes. There's
Okay.
always a Firefox installed. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
And all those settings were under software. Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Firewall D.
So that's-
Now he said he wanted.
You want one of the firewalls installed or what?
Package needs to firewall D. Okay.
So firewall D was
It makes here. He's
so you just search for a specific program or function. What is that?
that's a program, yeah.
Program.
Firewall daemon.
Okay.
So yes, no problem. So what is also important at the moment, firewall is on. If it makes problem later, we can disable it also later.
Okay.
We'll let it on. Import is SSH service will be enabled. That's important.
That is the shell.
Yes.
Secure shell.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
And the port will open on the firewall
Okay.
that it works. Yes. Okay. Then install and it was.
So now it's going to take a while to install it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Then we can just come back to that after it's installed. How long does it take usually at this point?
Oof, I don't know.
5-10 minutes?
10, 15.
Okay,
I'd
then
say.
we just stop here and come back.